Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another revision lesson based on the broad topics that were released by the Caribbean Examination Council. And today we are looking at the topic that is in demand, and the topic is regional integration. So the broad list was released by CSEC, and we have an idea of the different topics that we will be tested from whenever we're going to sit social studies examination. So we are going to begin now. I hope that this video will be helping you significantly in your preparation for your social studies examination. And as usual, I know that with hard work, you guys have been working very hard. You have been studying, you have been watching the videos, you know how to apply yourselves when you're going to answer questions. So I know that you'll be getting that grade 1 that you so rightfully deserved. All right, so we're going to begin now. And based on the broad list of topics that were released, and I am using the CSEC Social Studies syllabus as a guide to bring across this content to you. All right, so based on the topics that were released, we were asked, or we will be asked, to identify the stages in the integration movement. Now, once we see the term integration movement, we know that they are referring to regional integration. But before we look at the different stages, do you know what is regional integration? And while you are writing your answers, I must tell you to get your book and your pens so that you can put down some little notes that will assist you in your preparation for your examination, all right? So while you are doing that, answering the question, what is regional integration? I want to encourage you students, if you have not yet visited my channel, there are various videos from different past paper questions, specifically on the topic of regional integration. So you can go over there and view these videos after listening, all right? So if you have regional integration, refers to a number of countries in the Caribbean deciding to unite, to come together, to cooperate as a single unit to achieve social, economical, and political development. And you may have the same definition, but your wording is a little different. You will be also correct. Now that we know what integration is, what are the stages in the integration movement? So there were a number of organizations that were formed in order to unite Caribbean countries, right, to achieve social, political, and economic development. Now, some of these organizations that were formed, or so if you are asked on the examination, what are the stages in the integration movement? You can write the West Indies Federation. You could also write Caribbean Free Trade Association, CARIFTA. You could also write Caribbean Community, CARICOM, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Association of Caribbean States, ACS. Another stage in the integration movement was the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME. So these are all the stages in the integration movement towards uniting Caribbean countries, towards Caribbean countries coming together to cooperate to achieve social, economic, and political development. Now another subtopic from regional integration that was released on the broad list is you'll be tested on the objectives of some of the stages in the integration movement. And the first we're going to look at is the objectives of OECS, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Now, this is another organization that was formed in order to bring Caribbean countries in the region together in order, as I said before, to achieve social, political, and economic development, right? So countries in the region, they have been coming to the realization that on their own, they will not be able to compete against more developed countries on the global stage. So different organizations were formed to bring these countries, these Caribbean countries together as a single unit, right, in order to achieve economic, social, and political development in the countries. So they cannot do it on their own. So countries are coming together as a single unit. Now, one of the organizations that were formed was the OECS, and they had their objectives for this organization. So if you're asked to identify 3 objectives of the OECS, OECS was formed to, 1, they wanted to promote economic integration among member states. So countries that are a part of the OECS, their objectives for coming together was to promote economic integration among their members. Another objective of the OECS was to promote cooperation among member states, right? So even though the countries were in the same region, there were a little disunity taking place. So the OECS objective was to promote cooperation, unity among these states. Another objective of the OECS is to promote development in member states. And as I have been saying in this video from the beginning, they want to promote social development in their member states, economic development in their member states, and political development in their member states. And another objective of the OECS is to assist each other in cases where they have to defend each other and also in maintaining political independence. So here we are seeing that it is important that countries of the region come together as a single unit in order to achieve all the objectives that they have outlined for their countries. Right? So because the Caribbean countries are very small on their own, they will not be able to achieve certain things, right? So they have to ensure that as they come together as a single unit, they will be seeing more developments in their countries. Now, another broad topic on the list is for us to look at the objectives of CARICOM. So while I am thanking all my subscribers, I want you to write 3 objectives of CARICOM in your notebook. So I want to thank all my subscribers who have been supporting my channel. And if you are stopping by this channel for the very first time, welcome. If you love this video, if you believe that this video will assist you greatly in your preparation for your social studies examination, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Please remember to like the video and if possible, leave a comment. And while you are writing your objectives of CARICOM, I want to encourage you to go over to my channel, and there is this video. It's a June 2014 paper 2 video specifically on the topic OECS. I want you to go over to that video and pay close attention to that past paper, because you do not be surprised if you see some of these same questions or similar questions repeating themselves on the examination paper. So go over to my channel and view the June 2014 paper 2 question and answer video on regional integration. And before I go over to CARICOM, I was thinking, suppose in the examination you see a question asking you to describe two similarities that promotes cooperation among member states of the OECS. Let me repeat the question. Describe two similarities that promotes cooperation among member countries of the OECS. In other words, can you identify two things that OECS countries have in common that would allow them to easily unite, to easily integrate, and to easily cooperate? Can you identify two of those similarities between OECS country? I know that you can, because I know that you have been studying. So two similarities that could promote cooperation among member countries of the OECS are, sure that you're taking notes. One, OECS countries have a common Eastern Caribbean currency. So all the countries of the OECS, they uses a common currency, common money, right? And they call the money the Eastern Caribbean currency. So if every member of that organization is using the same currency, yes, that's a similarity, and that should make it easier for them to cooperate. All right, so another answer that you could write if you're asked to describe two similarities that promotes cooperation among member countries of the OECS is they all belong, all the countries that are a part of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, they all belong to the Lesser Antilles group of countries. Get your Caribbean map, and I want you to look at it. All the countries that are a part of the OECS, they belong to the Lesser Antilles group of countries, right? So this is another similarity that the countries have in common. They are all small. Yes, another similarity that you could write. And finally, all the countries of the OECS, they share a common central bank. Can you believe that? All the countries of the OECS, they share a common central bank. So these countries, they have so much in common, right? That will make promoting integration among them easy. All right. Now, remember, let me remind you to go over to my channel and watch the June 2014 paper 2 question and answer video on regional integration, specifically OECS. All right. Now, do you have the answers for the objectives of CARICOM? So we're going to look at another integration movement that was aimed at uniting, cooperating, promotes coming together of Caribbean countries as a single unit. So their message is, on your own, you will not survive, or on your own, you will not be able to achieve as much as you will want to achieve as a country, but as a single unit, all the countries coming together as a single unit, they will achieve big things. Now, CARICOM, what were some of the objectives of CARICOM? Oh, so I have some fun facts here. CARICOM became operational on July 4th, 1973, with the signing of a treaty called the Treaty of Chaguaramas. And usually these questions appear on the paper one, multiple choice, right? In 2002, the Treaty of Chaguaramas was revised, allowing a single market and single economy to be signed. So what we're talking about here is a CSME was found out of CARICOM. And we're going to look at the CSME after this. So the objectives of CARICOM: one, to promote standard of living of CARICOM nationals. So all the countries coming together as a single unit will definitely help to promote or improve the standard of living of CARICOM people. Two, functional cooperation. And there are many areas that CARICOM countries cooperate on, right? And I know that your teacher have been teaching you about the functional cooperation in CARICOM. For example, shipping, education, health. And when we talk about education, we have the UII in some Caribbean countries. I don't think I remember all the countries, but I think it's in Barbados, and the main campus is in Jamaica. And I am not sure if there is a campus. I do not remember now if there is a campus in, I think there's a campus in another country. You can do that research for me. So I know that in education, there's functional cooperation among CARICOM members. For example, there's a UII where CARICOM citizens can from all over the CARICOM can attend this university in order to achieve or attain higher education. And there's a campus in Jamaica, and I know that there's a campus UIMONA in Barbados, right? If there's another campus, you can leave it in the comment section. Now, another function of CARICOM is to improve the economy of member states. And this is one of the major objectives. If you look at all the sages in the integration movement, this is one of their main objectives: to achieve, to improve the economy of member states. Number four, to have common policies when dealing with non-member states. So countries that are part of CARICOM, they want to ensure that all their members have a common policy, a common requirement, a common guideline. So when they're trading with non-member states within the Caribbean or outside of the Caribbean that are not a part of CARICOM, there will not be any chaos, there will not be any doubt, there will not be any confusion, because all the members that are a part of CARICOM, they would know what the policy or the policies are when dealing with non-member states. Another objective of CARICOM is to expand trading and economic relationships with countries outside of CARICOM. And definitely, as I said before, a Caribbean country on its own will not be able to do this, but as a single unit coming together to integrate, they will definitely be able to expand trading and economic relationship with countries on the global stage. All right, another objective of CARICOM is to improve production in the region. Definitely, we know that localization is a threat, right, to CARICOM countries. However, if we come together as a single unit, we will definitely be able to improve our production. We will be able to improve the quality and the quantity of our productions, thus making us able to compete against countries, developed countries, on the global stage. All right, so that was CARICOM and the objectives. And there are many videos, as I've said before, there are many videos on my channel with questions, CSEC questions and answers relating to the topic of CARICOM. If you have your past papers, you can also look at the different questions relating to CARICOM, because regional integration is definitely a compulsory question. You will have to answer this question on the examination. So try to study as much as possible on the topic of regional integration. Next, we're going to look at the objectives of the CSME, Caribbean Single Market and Economy. Now, one of the objectives of the CSME is, do you know any of the objectives of the CSME? Definitely for all the stages of integration. If they are asking about the objectives, you could definitely write one objective that I know that you can remember to write for all of them is to improve the economy of member states, definitely. And also, one of the objectives that you could write for all the different stages of integration is to improve the standard of living for citizens. All right, so if you cannot remember anything, you can remember those two objectives or whatever integration movement you are asked to state the objectives for. So one objective of the Caribbean Single Market and Economy, which was developed out of CARICOM, is 1, make provision for a common economic trade policy. 2, improve standard of living for citizens. 3, promote regional businesses, goods, so that they can be competitive on the global market. 4, allows for the movement of common goods, services, people, and capital without any restrictions. So once you are a member, your country is a member of the CSME or CARICOM, the citizens of that country, they can move freely with their goods, their service, their capital within any member country that is a part of the Caribbean Single Market and Economy without any restrictions, right? And I also have a video on questions relating to this this topic. I will try and see if I can post the videos whenever I am going to upload this video so that you can see the different questions that CSEC have been asking about integration. Another objectives of the CSME is to attract investment to the region. All right. So if you are asked about the objectives, you are able to identify them. Now, benefits of regional integration. Why do you think that regional integration is important? Or why would you encourage your country to be a part of an integration movement? 1, benefit of regional integration is it reduces unemployment and underemployment in member states. You must be wondering, and sometimes CX will go out of the box and ask you, let me think, how does being a part of an integration movement benefit the citizens of a country? This is the answer. It reduces unemployment and underemployment, because guess what? The integration movement encourages businesses, right, to 1, merge with other businesses within the region. So once they're merging with another business within the region, you know that you'll need more persons to be employed to work in that business. And the CSME and CARICOM encourages businesses not to only employ locals from within their country, but to open their vacancies to the region so that persons within the region can apply for those jobs. All right. Another benefit of regional integration is better response to economic implications of globalization and trade liberalization. Number 3, improvement in the quality of life. 4, reduction in the inequality of wealth distribution. 5, free movements of goods, labor, and capital. 6, increased market size. 7, improved levels of international competitiveness. 9, expansion of trade. if your country is a part of an integration movement, definitely there will be seen an increase in cooperation. All right, so those are some of the benefits of regional integration. Now, I just have a little question and answer section here. One, you are asked to critically examine whether or not your country has benefit from regional integration. Two, students are asked to suggest ways in which individuals may enjoy greater benefits from regional integration. Three, outline 3 benefits of integration to A, individuals, B, businesses, C, countries. So if you're in the examination and you are seeing these questions for the first time, would you be able to answer them confidently? I know you will. Do not doubt yourself and know that you will definitely be able to answer these questions. And I cannot overemphasize, as I am looking at the broad list of topics, I cannot overemphasize the importance of going over to my channel, Griffith CSEC class, and looking at that playlist with the regional integration past paper questions, because I am seeing, I can remember while doing the videos, a lot of the questions, they are now on the broad list of topics that are being released by the Caribbean Examination Council, right? For those of you who have been watching these videos over a period of time, I know that you'll do very well on your examination. Now, if you should get this question, and I'm going to look at one of the questions. Outline 3 benefits of integration to individuals, businesses, and countries. And I also have a video which go in depth on this. Benefit of integration to the citizens, you and I, entrepreneurship. Yes, because of CSME and the free movement of service and goods and capital, entrepreneurship is now on the rise, because you can move to another Caribbean country that's a part of CARICOM and start your own business there and become an entrepreneur. And not only that, another role of the citizens in the integration movement is to support regional producers. As I said before, many times as citizens, we are tempted because of globalization and the different products that we see being advertised on the global mass media. However, as a citizen of the Caribbean, it is important that we support regional producers. And in Jamaica, we have a theme that the agriculture sector has been using: eat what you grow, buy local, right? So it's important that we support our regional businesses, all right? Another role of the citizen is to show solidarity and mutual support towards regional fellow citizens. So, you know, if something happening on the news, we have been seeing where some countries have been devastated by natural disaster. As a citizen of the Caribbean, you can show solidarity by sending your regards. You can collect food items or any other items and leave it at different locations in your country, and they will ship it to our brothers and sisters in the other Caribbean country that has been devastated by a natural disaster, for example. All right. Number 4, investing in local and regional businesses. All right. So you have some money, let's say you have some money that, you know, you want to invest it in something. It is good that you invest it in your local businesses or your regional businesses. Maybe you can invest it in the stock market in your country. There's a business that you see struggling and financially may need some assistance to get that boost on the market. You can invest in that business. And finally, another role of the citizen, you and I, it is important that we are being informed. Informed means that you are learning, you know about the regional integration movement, you know what is your role of your role as a citizen in the integration movement, and also you know how your country have been benefiting from being a part of an integration movement. So it is important that you are being informed. Now, and there's also the role of businesses. Businesses in the region, they also have their part to play in the regional integration movement. And one of the role of businesses in the region is to improve competitiveness. As I said before, because of globalization and the global mass media, we see that more and more of our citizens, they are shopping online, they're buying from the global market. However, if businesses in the region can improve their competitiveness by improving their products, by improving the quantity and the quality of their products, by giving regional citizens a variety of choices to choose from at a low cost. Yes, the cost is important because if you're going to buy something online and you see that the cost is cheaper, you're going to buy it online, right? So if our businesses can come together to reduce the cost of their products, definitely citizens, it is the role of the citizens to support these businesses. Another role of business is to increase range and quality of goods and services, yes, to make them competitive and to provide opportunities for investment and employment. The government also have their role to play in the integration movement. And one of the role of the government is to enact legislation, harmonizing policies, honoring protocols, educating citizens about the objectives and benefits of regional integration. Now, this is just my addition to the broad list of topics. If you're in the examination and you get a surprise where you have been asked to identify reasons for Caribbean countries integrating, some of the reasons that you could write: one, Caribbean countries integrating will allow them to have more powerful voice, a more powerful voice, and to be more competitive on the global stage or the global market. Caribbean countries integrating will assist countries in the development of their human resources. The resources in Caribbean countries are limited, that's a fact, right? Both physical resource and human resource in many Caribbean countries are limited. So by integrating and pooling their resources, we will be seeing more efficient use of resources. We'll be also seeing more diversification of resources and more interregional trading. Another benefit of regional integration is countries in the region have a similar history and culture, and this makes it easier for them to integrate. All right. Now, let us look what I have here. Examine challenges of regional integration and propose solutions. So you are in the exam and you are asked that even though regional integration is a good thing, it has its positive impacts, it also have its challenges. Write some of the challenges of regional integration, and you are asked to also propose solutions to these challenges. Again, this is just asking you, what are some of the factors that in the regional integration? One, geography of the region, absence of common model or strategy for development. So because each country have their own idea, their own philosophy, their own strategy of what development should be or what development will be needed in their country, it can be a challenge whenever they decide to come together as a single unit to come up with a single development strategy that will benefit all the countries. Another factor or challenge of regional integration is differences in stages of growth and development, competition for location of industries. You could also write conflict between regional demands and loyalties, insularity. And if you do not know what the term insularity means, I also have a video on this term. I think I was looking at a past paper question that asked something about insularity. So there's a video there that you can watch. There's also another challenge is the absence of a common currency. So different Caribbean countries that are part of CARICOM, we use different currency. So this can pose a challenge whenever we decide to come together as a single unit. Unequal distribution of resources, lack of diversification in products oil production, because majority of the Caribbean countries, they produces the same thing, right? So we know that this can be a challenge. Influence of multinational corporations is another challenge of regional integration. So because many Caribbean countries, they are small, so they will not be able to fully fund the development of their country, so they tend to seek loans from multinational corporations such as the IMF, and this results in many Caribbean countries being highly indebted. All right, so that's it. That's it for this video on regional integration. All right, students, I hope this video will assist you in your exam preparation. All right, so you need to write the main points from the videos so that you'll have them to study. All right, let me remind you that while I am uploading this video, I'm going to post the link the links for different regional integration videos that I have done before that you can view at your convenience. And I know, students, I know that these videos will be helping you in your preparation for your examination. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much, right? And please remember to watch the ads that will appear on my videos. Share this channel with your friends. All right, so good luck, students, and see you in another video.